Welcome to the Armoury Review Show, hosted by Arsenal Cape Town. I'm Alex Marsh, joined again by Naseem Terblanche. How are you doing, Naseem?
I'm good. I mean, same place as last week. Eh? It's good to be a gooner right now.
It's pretty damn good. But before we start, let's just all take a moment to laugh at Man United.
and you know the cool thing about it is you send them and you give them stick and the banter goes and they've got no response.
They've all gone into
And
hibernation. It's an early winter for them.
they just quiet. I mean,
super quiet.
My brother-in-law was a United supporter, and he just said nothing. Just blue ticked me on WhatsApp, and that was it.
Because I tell you what, mate, last season, the first 3 games, I was getting it. I was getting the stick last season on a regular basis. So it's nice to give it back this season. I've got quite a few friends who are Man United supporters, who some of them season ticket holders, it's not looking good for them, but it is looking good for Arsenal, and that is the main thing, and that's why we're all here to talk about the Arsenal. So on the show tonight, we have a usual anagram to get us going. We've got the weekend's results and predictions. Then we're going to talk about the Arsenal-Leicester game and dissect that a little bit. We've got some transfer rumours. Hopefully they're not going to pan out the way that the press think that they're going to pan out. We're going to talk a little bit about the All or Nothing show that's on Amazon Prime at the moment. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the Ashburton Army, who are a group of Arsenal supporters who have really got the Emirates Stadium pumping at the moment. Totally transformed that atmosphere. But we'll talk about them in a bit. We've got our usual quiz coming up, and then we're going to look ahead at the upcoming fixtures. We've also got the predictor game. We'll talk about that and the results of that. And then there's a little bit of a new thing that's come up, which is a banner day. And then just to finish off, we've got an on this day. Cool. So the anagram for today is. There we go.
There we go.
Bop Terriers. It's not a particularly difficult one tonight.
No,
it's pretty. It's pretty doable. It shouldn't take you long to figure that out. But you got to the end of the show, unless someone figures it out pretty soon. So shall we bring the rest of the guys on tonight? We've got Charlie. How's it, Charlie?
Charlie.
We've got Brendan and
evening, guys.
And Mr. Arteta out himself.
You must have known he was going to get sick when he came on.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
How's it going?
So let's look at the weekend update first to get us going. There's the Arsenal-Leicester result in bright red there, 4-2. We'll get onto that in a bit. What do you think about the other fixtures, guys? Happy to see that Brentford score, no doubt.
Yeah, no, that's a standout one. Yeah, I think a lot of us were getting flashbacks of last season, watching United go through the current turmoil. So it's always good to see another team suffer like we've suffered.
Yeah.
Hope they don't get out of it like we did though.
Did any of you guys see the Chelsea-Tottenham game yesterday?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, what did you think about that, Brendan?
My son's a Chelsea supporter. I was blown away. It was actually very entertaining.
Yeah, it was.
To see the coaches go at it on the sideline was actually phenomenal. We need that bit of excitement and that spunk. And it was like the one coach does the one thing and then the other one retaliates, by doing fist pumps and up in each other's face. It reminds me of that game when we played against Chelsea, I think, where Wenger pushed Mourinho, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was something similar, yeah.
It was
Yeah,
almost
that
like
was hectic.
WWE had taken over
Yeah.
a football match.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I was expecting someone to pick up a chair at some point and smack it over someone's back.
Yeah, that was hectic. Alex, it was hectic, I tell you. Yeah, I didn't expect that, but I said to my son, nevertheless, if you guys don't take your chances, which I had loads of, somehow Tottenham will sneak in a draw. That's all they're going to do. They won't beat them, but they'll sneak in a draw. But unfortunately, that's the way it goes. We don't take your chances. We know all about that.
Yeah. And not a bad result, I guess, for Arsenal, really. A draw.
No, definitely.
No one coming away with the 3 points on that one. So I think that works out all right for us. Early days yet. Anyone see Man City tear apart Bournemouth?
No, it was at
No,
same time
on the same time as us, wasn't it? Anyway, so
yeah.
I hope they butted up for us next week. So I hope City butted them up for us, so they soft when we play them next week.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Let's hope they're not looking to bounce back. Did anyone see that Forest West Ham game yesterday?
Yeah, I caught snippets of it, yeah.
Did you? So that was quite interesting, I thought, because obviously Dean Henderson, having been loaned out from Man United, and he got some stick. Hey, he got a lot of stick for leaving Man United and coming out and saying what he said. But let's face it, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually ruined his career when he went back to Man United, because he promised him something that he never delivered. And so, he got a lot of stick when he came out and moaned about that. And so to come out, play for Forest, and then get a clean sheet and save a penalty when David De Gea is making an absolute nightmare in goal. What a disaster! that first goal was something else, wasn't it?
I know for sure.
Goal.
Jeez.
Wow. So it was quite funny, that was. So looking at the predictions.
Just check. I mean, the interesting about the results on Saturday or the weekend is that, I mean, the Gunners and City are now the only clubs with 100% record, yeah?
Yep.
So, hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah. Well, I did say that we'd end up maybe second.
Too soon, Alex. Too soon, brother. Too soon. That's way too soon.
After week 2, I'm right. So let's look at the predictions. Who got it right? Absolutely nobody. No.
Yeah.
I mean,
4-1. Brandon, you were closer.
I was closer.
Brandon was closest,
Even on the predictor game, nobody got it right. Nobody. There wasn't.
Yeah, it was one goal out. You see, I knew Saliba would give that own goal, but I didn't know they were going to score again. That's why I said 4-1. I'm only kidding, guys. I'm only kidding.
Ramsey, you close his legs, it will be 4-1, man.
Yeah. I know, yeah. I see that.
It was sloppy.
Yeah, it was
on the side, to concede. Yeah. Anyways.
It happens. So no one got it right, but I mean, Arsenal won, so I'm sure a few people get a few points there on the predictor game. So looking at the table, like Charlie was saying, it's nice to see us with unbeaten and 2 wins under the belt. And I think, of course, even if Liverpool win tonight, I mean, they've still only done a one win and a draw, right? Yeah, 4 points. So
4 points.
Yeah, 4 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we scored the same amount of goals as City.
Yeah, just those 2 conceded.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I see Ramsey. I gave Saliba a nice pat. I had to say, okay, chin up at school. Happened.
Yeah, Brentford, of course, getting those 4 goals, putting them up into third. But it's early days in the table. But looking at the bottom, though, and this is something I would like to see at the end of the season. We all love to see it.
These guys.
I think the next game is Liverpool.
You can take a photo of this table and post it next week also. It's going to look the same.
Oh, I hope so.
100% is going to be the same.
I hope so.
Yeah, they're playing next Monday. Man United plays Liverpool.
Yeah. So, what's the bets on their goal difference going down to -10? Please, God, make it happen.
As Alex, you were so vindictive against the Manx, huh?
I'm surrounded by them. That's why.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I'm up north or whether I'm or if I'm down south. I just seem to be surrounded by lots of Man United fans. They're
Feeling is
everywhere.
mutual, yeah, in Cape Town also, don't worry.
Yeah.
Guys, just remember, my wife's a Man United supporter. I was watching the game with her.
Yeah, I mean, just Brendan. This is your wife's a Man United fan, and your son's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, and then my daughter, the younger one, she's a Gooner.
So
a Gooner, whatever. Yeah. But, so look, at least the dominant amount of Arsenal supporters in the house, that's at least 50%. You know,
surprised
so
you
that's
haven't
cool.
gone
I'm
through
happy with it.
Surprised you haven't gone through adoption.
My wife actually asked me to change the channel at halftime for the United game, and I said, "Why? We need to watch 90 minutes football. Consists of 2 halves." It wasn't. I nearly didn't end well for me, but okay, that's another discussion for another day. Yeah.
I wouldn't stay as a Spurs fan. In fact, I've dated 2 Spurs fans in my time.
Oh no!
It never ends well.
No, for sure.
Never. So we're moving on, guys. Let's dissect this Leicester City game. Great win. Starting lineup, Wolfie. What did you reckon when you saw the starting lineup? Happy with that?
Very happy. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better one. I was crying for my boy Saliba, blood clot Saliba, to start 3 years ago. But my dreams has come true. The guy's in the team and he's showing us what we've been missing. I mean, Saliba, what a revelation. Although he scored the own goal, but his whole performance is I mean, him and Gabriel at the back, solid as a rock.
Do you think we should have started maybe with Tomiyasu, or do you think Arteta was right to bring him on later on?
I think Arteta got that one right. You don't want to rush Tomiyasu back. I mean, we have been doing well at the back. White had a good game against Crystal Palace, so I think it was only right for Tommy to come on and ease himself into the game.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, Tierney over Zinchenko maybe, or were you happy with Zinchenko as well?
I think both left backs they bring different dimensions to our team, and at the moment Zinchenko he's added a new dimension, especially on that left hand side, and because he's a classy player, he sees things that Tierney doesn't see, and his ball playing abilities is brilliant, and he also slots in when Xhaka moves up because he's more advanced now. We've been using him as a more advanced midfielder, so he's pushed up more, allowing Zinchenko to roam that left side of the midfield. So he's given us a new dimension of play. I mean, you could see it in the first game and again now against Leicester. So Tierney, it's difficult, but there will be games for Tierney to come into to do his thing. But at the moment, Zinchenko is giving something different.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Cool. Going on to looking at the stats. When you look at the stats, they actually look pretty balanced. What do you think, Brandon? Do you think the stats accurately reflect the game? Because I would have expected to have more possession, to be honest, and more passes. Because I felt like we dominated that game.
Yeah, I think maybe we kind of slept in the second half a little bit, but I think the stats, obviously, they made up a bit of ground in the second half there, Alex. But from what I've seen in the first half, we dominated completely. Martinelli's been a revelation on that wing. I don't see Smith Rowe getting in at the moment. Look, obviously he's also recovered from an injury, but I agree with Wolfie was not rushing players back. I mean, Smith has also been a bit of injury prone last season here and there. Saka, we definitely need another winger on that right to bring some competition, because I don't think Pepe is going to be featuring. I think we're trying to sell that dude. Saka needs some competition because obviously he can't play every match. That's a recipe for disaster. Odegaard was okay. Zaka actually surprised me. He was caught in possession. I mean, we almost conceded, and Ramsdale saved the day. And then I was like, look how slow is this bloody idiot.
Yeah.
You know, he caught in possession because his back is towards the player. And there's no awareness about the other guys on him, and he loses the ball. And Fofana, luckily, he's not a strike or anything.
Classic Xhaka.
Yes, exactly.
0 to hero
Yes.
again. It was a bit
Yes,
like
and
the
then
Man United game where he got the yellow card, and you think, oh,
I promise you, I promise you, exactly right. And then that's exactly what happened. I thought, oh my gosh, why did they start this dude? And then I looked at us playing, and I'm like, huh? Okay. I looked at the formation, and I seen exactly what Wolfie mentioned earlier. I've seen Zinchenko coming in, slotting in there. He's basically coming. Xhaka is basically in the box. I was like, what is this guy doing at the position? Then I realized what was happening and the formation. But obviously, the players are so, they're adapting so quickly that I think they automatically know what's required of them, because you can see that there's more unity, they're more unified now. And like I said, I think Martinelli is also playing, or is more inspired now because of Gabriel Jesus up front, because obviously they're Brazilian and maybe there's just a better connection. But Martinelli has been great against Palace, and he's been good against the Foxes. So I don't know what's going to happen on that side. I don't think, unless he gets an injury, I don't see him being dropped, unless obviously now it's one of the other trophies he'll be playing for, one of the other cups. I don't see them dropping him at the moment. He's on fire. He's been playing well. And Gabriel Jesus, I mean, what can you say about him? 2 goals. He wanted a hat-trick. He was a bit disappointed. Arteta said afterwards in the dressing room. He said he should have scored 4. But okay. He's obviously competitive, and he comes from, like we all agree, comes from a world-class team like Man City, so they know they've got a winning mentality. But look, I think we're on a good... I think we still need a couple of players, but based on that performance, that was a right starting lineup, in my opinion. I wouldn't have changed it. Tomiyasu also mustn't be rushed back. Tierney is actually welcoming the competition with Zinchenko. He basically came out and admitted that he's happy that he's got competition, and I think we're going to have a good season if we can rotate the players and keep them all fit. I'm just worried about Thomas Partey, though. Look, he also did some spectacular turns there and sent people to no man's land. But I mean, if he gets injured, we know what happened last season. At the worst of times, this guy picked up injuries, and we were bloody bad in midfield. Look, Mohamed El Neni, with all due respect to him, he came in, but it's not the same. If you guys know, if you guys agree. I mean, it's just not the same. The dynamic in the midfield, I mean, Partey's so confident on the ball. He actually asked for the ball. If you watch him, he demands the ball. He's not scared. Some other guys, they get the ball, they kick the ball. It's all right. They just want to get the ball and pass it, you know? So the way Arteta wants to play, we need him. You can see in that midfield, we need him. You know, obviously he
did have a few poor passes.
We did. No, definitely. No. I'm just obviously now trying to point out the dynamic that he brings. But I mean, obviously, obviously he didn't have a perfect game. There was a couple of 1 or 2 blunders. That's the thing as well. Yeah, so obviously he can make up. You know what I'm saying, Alex? There's a balance. He can tackle, he can intercept, and he can actually open up play as well. Sometimes he crosses balls left or right. He just hits long balls behind. You know, just
a quick question to the panel. This is from Warren. What are your thoughts on Ramsdale's performances so far? That question goes to all of you, really. Charlie, what about you?
Look, for me, he's still a bit rash this season, so you can definitely see he's pumped up. But I mean, nothing that concerns me overly. Right? There's 2 games into the season. I think the guy wants to do well. Honestly, I thought, looking at the stats, and the stats do not surprise me, because I thought we were like really off against Leicester home game. And the first 15 minutes, we were not really at it. And I don't know if it was nerves or what was holding the guys back, but we weren't playing the way that we wanted to play that game. And I think you could see Arteta after the game just being kind of livid, not happy with the result, but not really happy with the performance. And these numbers very accurately show like how we did not play at the level we wanted to. And I'm not sure if that's maybe a credit to Brendan Rodgers and how he set up that Leicester team, because I mean, we know that they're not walkovers, but somehow walk away with a 4-2 result. I don't know. It seems a bit weird, and definitely a result I don't think we probably would have gotten a year or two ago with the same type of performance. But I think the increase in quality that we have at certain areas of the pitch like made the difference ultimately. Yeah, Ramsdale, he's right to me. I know no issues. I know he's a bit rash, but nothing that concerns me.
What about you, Wolfie? What did you think of Ramsdale?
Look, it's a bit. The rushing out is a little bit of a concern. I mean, he's got a good defense in front of him. They are experienced. I don't want my goalkeeper rushing off his line so much. I need him to focus on his passing and so he's a brilliant goalkeeper, but we got to understand that the guy's still young. He's still a young goalkeeper, and he's still got a hell of a lot to learn. Goalkeepers only get experience from 29, 30 years old. Then they become top. Then you can start judging goalkeepers. But he's going to make a lot of mistakes, especially all goalkeepers. We see it. We saw it the gear, and I hope that Ramsdale doesn't do those kind of things. But the playing out from the back is always. I mean, his father sent him a message and told him he's actually gonna give his father a heart attack playing that ball into midfield, because we saw it against Crystal Palace where he played the ball into midfield and he gave it to one of the Crystal Palace attackers, and it could have easily have been a goal. If you're going to do that against the Liverpools and the Cities, they're gonna punish you. You're not gonna get away with it. So he needs to improve. He's obviously improving, but he needs to work on a lot of things. But he's still our number one. I still have faith in the guy.
Yeah, Brendan, what about you, Ramsdale?
Yeah, look. I think obviously the first goal you can't blame for that, but the second goal, like Wolfie mentioned, through his legs there, Madison actually beat him quite easily for the kind of saves that he's been making based on last season. Obviously, we only two games into this season, but I mean, the saves he made last season was phenomenal, and to let that goal slip through, it basically brought him back into the game there, that second goal, and we obviously, luckily, we reacted basically instantaneously to that goal. I think Brendan Rodgers actually, I think he just gets pumped up, Alex, when he faces the Foxes. Remember that save he made last season? I think Madison took the free kick.
Yeah, that was.
You remember? So I just think because Brendan Rodgers admitted after the game, he said he doesn't want to face Arsenal when Ramsdale's in the sticks, between the sticks. So that alone shows you that other managers are taking note. They know his quality, but like you guys are mentioning, and I agree with you. Look, he's still young, and sometimes he's rash. And his ball distribution is obviously was better than hence Arteta keeping him and wanting him to be the number one. But I think he must also be cautious when he just boots that ball forward. Sometimes he does concede possession at times, and that puts us on the back foot. And not all the time, but we did concede a couple of goals like that already last season. By him giving the ball away, and he almost gave away a penalty by coming out. I think it was Vardy, where they looked at it. You're not mistaken. He was on the edge of the box. He didn't have to really come out. Yeah. Okay. No. I know. But I mean, if you look at it quickly, obviously the refs have VAR and that. But I mean, sometimes the refs blow quickly. I mean, we saw what happened yesterday in the Chelsea and the Spuds game. The refs game some weird controversial decisions based on the two goals that Spurs scored. So just take it like that, like it comes.
Cool.
Let's move on to our man of the match.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's not
Saliba.
I want to say, do you think that Jesus can become like the player in the sort of icon status, the likes of Armoury and Ian Wright? When they came along, they were quality players, but nobody knew that they were going to have the impact on our club like they did when they were signed, man. And I get this feeling that Jesus has that same potential, to really blow up. We all know he's a quality player. We all know he's He's a winner and all this stuff. But the impact that he's going to have on the club, like, I mean, I think this guy like has the potential to reach icon status like we had with, I don't know, Armoury or Ian Wright. I mean, Ian Wright's the one guy that his love for the game and love for goals like oozes Ian Wright to me. So
he's certainly looking pretty good at the moment, isn't he? I mean, he looked great in pre-season, didn't he? And then I think everyone was expecting him to get goals at Palace, and it didn't happen. But I mean, he got 2 in this one and 2 assists, but I think he probably could have got 4 or 5, couldn't he? I mean,
yeah, definitely.
He had a couple of chances.
Yeah, Ward
was
saved
upset, yeah.
2 one-on-ones from him, didn't he? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, some people are saying he's not clinical enough. Do you
It's too
tend to
early
agree
to
with
say that.
Yeah. too
No,
early.
I'll take that one. It's too early to say that. Look, obviously we can't base anything on pre-season. That's like a warm-up. The real thing matters now. Getting points on the board now. This is the league. It started. If he scores now, what if he scores another 3 goals on Saturday, and then another 2 the next Saturday? I'm just saying. Look, we've got like a mid-table and maybe lower table teams. I mean, nothing is guaranteed. We know the Premier League. I mean, you can lose against a bottom team, middle team, but we have got an easier run this season as opposed to last season's opening games.
Winnable
Opening
games.
So
We got winnable games.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all winnable. Look, if we win our first
It is
5
winnable.
games,
Look,
I would
if
say
it-
now. I mean, then we are looking. I mean, because I think October's our nightmare month, if I'm not mistaken, with regards to fixtures. So look, this guy's got a lot, and I just think, and I think October, man. If I'm not mistaken, I think we got some bad fixtures here. I think we play like Spurs,
always-
Chelsea,
We
and
got a
Man
few.
City.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, it's in October. Yeah,
Spurs.
Yeah.
With regards to
City.
fixtures, yeah.
Yeah.
fixtures.
Spurs,
Yeah.
Liverpool,
So
City.
obviously, look, we need to
Fixtures, yeah.
accumulate the points, boys. We need to get the points on the board. That's all that matters. If you win ugly 1-0, it doesn't matter as long as you
Yes.
win. We need that 3 points. We've been
True.
scruffing through some games last season, and we just about made it. And there were games we were supposed to win, and we just threw it away. So I just think that, like I said earlier, I just think there's a connection without seeing this heading here or this line here. Is there a better Brazilian bromance? I think Martinelli and this guy's hitting it off. Jeez, I haven't. Martinelli is really hyped up.
Do you think Jesus is bringing out the best in Martinelli? Do you think that the communicate, because they're both Brazilian, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you think
yeah.
there's a better communication between the two because of the language, or you know?
Okay, I just want to say something. With regards to with regards to the signing of Jesus, we got to give praise to Edu because I understand that they worked for 3 months on this deal, so it was a lot of pressure, a lot of negotiating involved to try and convince this lad to cross borders. So and also to get the guy in a full preseason, that is very important for him, just so that he could get to know the players, how they play, the system, all those kind of things. And he settled in well, and that is the foundation. I mean, when last have Arsenal Football Club ever had a decent preseason and buying in all their players before they jump on the aeroplane?
Yeah.
Last season we had panic buys. We had a lot of panic buys after we were after that. What United are doing now. So
I think it was
It
tricky
was a lot-
last season, though, wasn't it?
It
'Cause
was
we
tricky,
didn't have Europe. We didn't have Europe at all, did we?
Yeah.
We got a young
No.
new manager who at that time was very unproven. I think he's still unproven to a certain extent as well, despite his FA Cup
But-
win.
yeah.
So it was really difficult to try and attract any sort of senior players. I mean, they wouldn't come to Arsenal, not any decent ones anyway, because they all want
No.
European
Yeah,
football, don't they? So
look,
you
but
got to
you-
buy youth.
Yeah, but you gotta understand also that we convinced a guy that's actually, 2 guys that's actually champions, we're not like we're playing in the Champions League. We are in the Europa League. These guys just won the league, and yet we convinced these guys convinced them to come to Arsenal. I mean, same thing could have happened last season, but yet that's why I said we gotta congratulate. We gotta congratulate the guys behind the scenes for making it possible to get these guys, to convince these guys to get into the Arsenal shirt. And we can see. I told before we signed this guy, I said the guy has a lot to prove. I told a lot of gooners, a lot of gooders, they laughed at me. They said, the guy won four league titles. I said, yes, he won 4 league titles, but how many goals has he scored in a season? He's got like 10 to 12 goals a season. That's not prolific. Him coming to Arsenal, we can see now what the guy, he's got so much to prove, to show Pep Guardiola the player is, and have we ever seen this guy this good at City?
I think
He scored a goal here and there. Yeah, he's got better confidence. Yes, he's got a little bit of more pressure on his shoulders. Little bit of a senior figure. He's got experience. He's a champion. So, and he's also.
Even when he was supposed to be the main man at City, I don't think Pep ever saw him as the main man, you know, and that's why he ended up getting Haaland in. And you know, so this is his opportunity to be the main man.
Sure.
I was just gonna say that to agree with Alex there. Of course, he wasn't the main striker per se. Basically, you should just fall in or whatever if someone gets injured or play on the wing or whatever. And obviously, you're not gonna get 20 odd goals doing that, coming off the bench all the time. There's maybe a small chance, but it's not going to happen really. City's goals are really spread between the team. They've got defenders that score goals, so it was difficult for him to get more than that. But even 12 was more than what Lacazette or someone was scoring as our main number 9. So I mean,
exactly. But he's got the capability to at least reach 20 goals. Because the managers now, he's obviously now installed more confidence in the guy. Told him, look, you're going to be my main man. You're going to start the games. So
look,
what people are doing.
I would like to know what's going to happen if this guy, if he gets a golden boot, and you sign someone like Haaland at Man City, and he scores maybe 17, 18 goals. This guy maybe it's 21, 23, whatever, and he wins. Because I've seen the numbers dropped over the past few seasons, about 21, 22. That gets you the golden boot. But sometimes it's tied. It's not higher than that. For the past 2 or 3 seasons, it's an average of 20 to 23 goals. I mean, before that, Salah scored like some ridiculous amount, like 30 or Harry Kane or something. But I'm talking about the past few seasons. So, I mean, what will happen if this guy gets a golden boot? What are we going to say then? Because people are saying...
we'll just sell him back to City for $1 trillion.
Like a just evil one, I think.
We get the holiday and I get Jesus.
No, but just remember, guys, we were almost like a laughing stock now when we signed him and Zinchenko. They're saying, Arsenal's like the academy for buying Man City rejects. So I said, really? Yeah. How's this guy a reject if he won the league? I'm not like he didn't play. And not like Zinchenko was sitting on the bench all season. The guys played. They chipped in. They played in Champions League as well. So I thought, what is this guy speaking about?
Luke, just going to move on, guys, from this. And,
okay, cool.
Cast your mind.
One second. So just to end off with the Brazilians, with Jesus, the most goals he scored in a season was 14, and that was in the 2019-2020 season. So 14 is his highest goals. Last season he only managed 8. Yeah, last season he only managed 8. The season before that was 9.
Wow.
But he scored. So he only scored 8 goals last season
in the league. Yeah,
and he scored 4 goals in one game for City. In the league. He scored 4 goals in one. But that in itself shows me that the manager never had a lot of confidence in his player.
No, but he also played him in different positions. A lot of the time he wouldn't play him. So I think when he starts for Arsenal, he'll start in the centre forward role, won't he? Start in that central role.
Just the comments. So he, after the game on Saturday, I think he was interviewed by ESPN, and he made some comments here to say how unhappy he was at Man City because Pep's style and formation requires you to stay in a certain position on the field, and you don't have the freedom to move into areas you want to move into, right? So Pep's style is very dictative in terms of positional play, and that was kind of sucking out the joy of football for him. So he's like finding new love.
He's all over the place. I mean, his positioning is excellent. He pops up all over the place. He's a real menace. Defenders must be like pretty scared to face him, I would think. So anyway, moving on to if you can cast your minds back to goal number 3 when Ward makes the error, and then the ball falls to Jesus, and who's on the edge of the 6-yard box?
This is
Not something I ever thought would ever happen. But also, he assisted Jesus for his first goal as well, didn't he? So he's right there, up there in the thick of things. So, guys, what do you think of Xhaka's new sort of more forward-thinking role? Are you happy with that?
I mean, look, just for me, he's been like on Saturday, and the past couple of games, he's been playing really well. I mean, the best I've seen Xhaka play in an Arsenal shirt in a long time. But one thing, like recently, and especially Saturday, man, when we had, for me, what looked like a bit of an off game, like he is a square peg for a round hole, right? So he does the job, and he can do what's demanded of him in terms of playing this role as a forward, a number 8 that gets into the box, right? So he can do that, but it's not his natural play, man. And I think in players like Zinchenko and in players even like Fabio Vieira, when this guy comes in, we're going to see Arsenal have players that are more natural at that style of play. They're going to gel better with the rest of the midfield and whatnot. So I mean, Xhaka is like a proper leader. We need him in the team. I don't want to ship him off. He's like doing a good job, and we are a better team forward. But in terms of Arteta's champagne football, in terms of how he wants to play it, I don't think he is the natural fit for that position. I think there are other players that can do it better. And I mean, if we get the Yuri Tielemans even less so, then I think he'll shift ultimately to be the cover for what's his name, for Thomas Partey. Not a upgrade, but a backup. If we ever
Do you think maybe, let's skip on to the next slide, which is Zinchenko. Do you think that Zinchenko actually could fill that role quite well, that forward thinking? Because I don't know if you noticed this during the game, but when Zinchenko was making some of those runs that he does make into the box, Xhaka was covering at left back, and Zinchenko seemed to feel quite at home making those kind of runs and that forward play and moving inside quite a bit more than a normal left back would. So do you think that's a possibility that Zinchenko could fill in, and maybe we have Tierney at left back? Yeah,
it's a definite option. I think definite option. Yeah, so I mean, it's just like Morgan. I'll chat with Morgan about this. Morgan's like a Xhaka fanboy of note. So Morgan, I don't have an issue with Xhaka, but I'm telling you, if we get players that are natural in that type of position, we're going to see Arsenal playing a brand of football that we haven't seen for a very long time. So he's an adequate replacement, but he's not the main guy. Sorry, I don't agree with Morgan.
Morgan is Morgan's adopted son. Hey.
What about
you know what? You know, I just want to say something about the Xhaka thing. If he wasn't his player, then Arteta wouldn't have picked him to stay. He is Arteta's player. We should know that by now already, because he's the guy that's normally the first name on Arteta's team sheet. Not maybe mine or yours or whatever. But he does a good role. Yeah. He does a good role when he's playing well, like he's been playing. He's had 2 good games now in this new advanced role. So as long as he stays fit, he will be starting games.
Yeah. But Wolfie, Xhaka, seldom this guy gets injured. Think about it.
Yeah, he just needs time off when he gets his red cards.
Yeah, okay, that is okay. We can't dispute the yellow or the red. I mean, he does it at the worst possible time in the season. But besides that, this guy is a workhorse. Seldom he gets injured. I mean, I can hardly remember this guy being injured. If I think back, he's one of the first names on the team sheet because he's consistent in the sense. Okay, no, maybe he makes his blunders here and there, but he needs to play for Arsenal because he's been through a lot of crap with the fans, swearing at the fans and a whole lot of nonsense. You know, we've gone through a lot of seasons with this guy up and down. So I think the Arsenal blood is in his DNA now. He's really adapting to, he's finding more joy in his play. You could see his celebration when he scored the goal. I haven't seen that in a while from him. So you can see the guy is really enjoying it.
So we might see a lot more of the partnership of Xhaka and Zinchenko, because Partey's normally he's the injured guy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What about moving on, because I'm a bit wary of time here. Saliba, what you guys thoughts there? Unlucky with that own goal. The rest of the game,
this guy's a top dog.
Solid.
This guy's a top dog. I'm telling you now, the guy. everybody's been talking about this guy, and I told you guys last season, get the guy in. This guy was a better defender than that Fafana from. Even though they played together 3 years ago, him and Fafana, he was the better centre back, and they had stats out with Gabriel, his partner now. He was also the better centre back. And we can all see how cool and calm this boy is. Even although when he scored that own goal, he still kept composure. His leadership was there. His ball distribution. He knows when to pass. I mean, against Crystal Palace, what the guy did there was. I'm surprised that bigger clubs didn't come in with this guy, because we're taking so long to give the guy a contract. We need to give this guy a contract now.
Yeah, you're really giving him a contract straight away, are you?
We should be giving the guy a contract, because we need to sign this guy. This is the future. This is the future of our football club. We need a guy. 2 years. He's got 2 years. 2 years left.
Okay.
Yeah, but just remember, he was very young when we signed him, Wolfie. So I mean, Arteta.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah, no, I think maybe Arteta's proving us all wrong, because I also wanted him to come back, and I mean, maybe that extra year.
That's what it
boosted his morale, because obviously he was a young player of the season last season at Marseille. And look, same thing we said about Martinelli. We obviously came back from the injury. We're like, why is the guy on the bench? Why isn't he playing? And Arteta says he doesn't want to hurt the guy's future. He needs to be slowly bled into the team. And now we're reaping the rewards with Martinelli. And I mean, I think Xhaka is a vice captain now in the Jesus, apparently. The two of them. I read that today on the Arsenal thing. Yeah.
That's right.
Did you guys hear that saying? If Virgil van Dijk is a Rolls Royce, then Saliba is a Bentley. Huh?
yeah, something like that. Yeah, but Van Dijk's got Charlie Van Dijk's got no pace, bro. This guy can run. I've seen him.
Got very good pace.
This guy's fast. He's a big guy. He's 6 foot something, 6'4" or something, and a guy can run. I was shocked.
There's going to be a lot of challenges for this young lad as the season progresses. I mean, especially when we're going to play guys like Salah, and then this guy's going to be a question. But at the moment, he's doing everything right.
I mean, this guy dealt with Kylian Mbappe, bro. I mean, like,
exactly.
Kylian, sorry, if you can handle Kylian, then you can handle Salah.
Yeah. The main one he'll come up against, I guess, as a centre back will be Haaland, won't it? That'll be the test. The real test.
There we go. Yeah, he's a big guy as well. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll leave the Leicester game there. Transfer rumours. I don't know if you've heard about this one. The transfer rumour is that Kieran Tierney may be on his way to Man City. What do you think about that, guys? Oh, please, God, no.
Okay, so you watched the Arsenal All or Nothing, yeah? I don't know if you saw his roommate or something is the chef at the Arsenal whatever kitchen counter thing.
Yeah.
So how the hell? I think he's so integrated the club there. They're not going to get him. There's no way.
Yeah. It would be a mistake to swap out, Zinchenko for Tierney. I just for us, I think to get rid of Tierney, we need that backup left back. I mean, Tavares has gone out on loan now. We need
Tavares,
to play there. I don't know. Tavares is actually doing. He's scored 2 goals in 2 games.
Yeah. They should send Tavares out.
They must make them out to get better. You send them out to build up their confidence. And Tavares, from All or Nothing, you can see that he is a confidence man. He thrives on confidence, and when he makes mistakes, he dwells on those mistakes too much. And so he needs something to get his confidence back, because it's not happening for him at Arsenal at the moment. And hopefully he'll come back, and he'll come back a much better player.
But why would this lad want to leave Arsenal to play second fiddle to, what's that boy's name? Cancelo. That's the number 1 left back. That guy's not going to get the sub.
Well,
so why would you want to leave Arsenal Football Club?
Will he play second fiddle to Zinchenko, though?
And why didn't they would have obviously demanded this guy for Zinchenko when they sold the guy in the first place.
Maybe, yeah.
So maybe
they're trying to get a left back and they can't get anyone else. So.
But they got one in now. That guy, they brought a guy in. They brought a left back in 12 million.
Did they?
Yeah, they brought a guy in a week ago. I have no clue that guys, but they brought him in.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. So All or Nothing. Presumably, you guys are all watching it, are you?
Yeah.
Was it? Do you
Yeah.
think was it a
3
bit of a,
episodes, binge watch the 3 episodes that get released.
yeah? Yeah, I think everyone did, didn't they? Any sort of surprising moments in there for you, or did it help? Did it help you understand like the pressures that the manager is under, and the Edu's under?
I can say one thing. I can say one thing. It brought back the pain of last season. That's what it did.
No, man. I don't think it's
But
so
it's
much
actually
about-
last season, it brought back the pain. But
Nah, it's just actually amazing to see.
At the same time, it made me realize how far we've come since that first game.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
true, man.
That's
To
true,
where we
Naseem.
are
A lot
right
of
now.
people don't see what's happening in the background. I mean, we
Yeah.
just think that there's guys making up stories for the. But actually, Arteta actually holds his ground quite well with the reporters and all these guys that question him after the match. And if you really think what's happening in the dressing room and on the field and stuff, I mean, it's actually hectic. But I know a lot of people didn't watch this. So I don't actually want to spoil it and go too much into detail. I know a lot of people.
man,
spoil
spoiler
it.
alert.
I think he handled the Aubameyang situation really well.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean,
I
also
he
think
made
so,
his
yeah.
decision. He stuck to it, and despite all the pressures from everybody
Yeah.
else,
Correct. But
he
they're still
stuck to his
questioning him
guns and
about
he
that,
handled
Alex.
it well.
Look, for
They're
me,
still questioning him
Alex,
about that, Aubameyang, and he said that it's done. The decision was made. I mean, what more do you want the guy to say now? The guy's at another club. Move on. Jeez.
Yeah.
There's reporters that can really stuff.
And here's the other thing. In hindsight, he made the correct decision.
Yeah.
Standing by his guns, he made the perfect decision, not
Mm,
for
true.
himself, not for Aubameyang, but for the club. It was
Yeah.
the best decision. Aubameyang, after signing the bloody thing, Aubameyang was shit. I mean, he
was crap, yeah.
His performance dropped, yeah. His performance
Yeah,
dropped.
but how much was he on?
After-
350k a week.
Even
Yeah.
when he was good, though, who actually thought he was a good captain? Who actually thought he was a good role
Nah,
model? Because I
he
don't
was-
know anybody
never
that thought
captain.
he was a good captain. It was almost like he was made captain just so that he'd stay at the club and nothing more.
Yeah.
That's
He was
true.
never a
That
good
is
role
true.
model for people,
He was he's a guy that scored goals. That was his job to score
Yeah.
goals. And if he's not scoring goals,
There's
he's
not much
not
else
good
to his
player.
game.
Up-
Yeah,
Apparently, Aubameyang's linked with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barcelona trying to offload him already.
We might just be seeing him for that North London derby.
Yeah, look, I'm looking at this comment here from Munib, right? That says they should have showed Ober's side. And I don't know, for me, like what it boils down to is the manager is painting a vision, he's telling a story, he's trying to get players to believe in him and in his vision, right? And obviously Aubameyang didn't buy into it, right? I mean, because if he buys into it, you comply with the rules, right? If you buy into it, you're showing up there, you're leading a certain way, right, in the dressing room. And Aubameyang didn't do that, man. So at the end of the day, it was best that they departed ways, right? So it's not like a rules thing. It's just Aubameyang didn't buy it. He wasn't convinced by Arteta's story, so he didn't want to play ball. At the end of the day, then you must move on, especially with the captain and you're on like Yalsa pay whatever deal. Then you must move on. The other thing that stood out to me, Alex, is that scene when he talks to the team, I think after they lost to Everton, where he calls them soft and he just goes at them like proper, right? I mean, those are parts of Arteta that we never see, man, that he like really digs into these boys, man. It's the same like when we watch, we're like, yeah, why play like a bunch of mugus, man, like whatever, get stuck in there and whatever, don't let them bully you, whatever. And I mean, seeing Arteta lay into them the way he does is like, that for me gave me goosebumps. I was like, nah, I do like rewind and watch it stick again.
Yeah.
It was quite...
I like him a lot more after seeing All or Nothing, to be honest, and Edu as well. I like them both. I think they're the right people for the job. It's given me more confidence in them and their ability to make the right decision.
I'm basically going to repeat what I said off the live. Is after watching this and really taking note of what Arteta's plans are, I actually do believe he's probably the manager that's going to bring us that league title. Maybe not this season, maybe not next season, but in the foreseeable future, I see us winning the league
It's going to be tough no
Yeah.
matter what. I mean, to win the
Yeah,
league
yeah.
now when you've got City and Liverpool and now Newcastle in the mix, and
Challenging.
there's always
Tricky,
Man
man.
United as well. It's Spurs. I mean, it's really tough. I can see him winning something with us, whether it
It's
be
gonna
FA
be-
Cup, maybe Europa League, that sort of thing. Maybe the league title,
Yeah.
maybe, but he seems definitely like the best person for the job.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
now.
Look,
And
the
it's-
other day I was watching this the Man City All or Nothing. Just do yourself a favor, go watch a couple of episodes of that. And one thing that stuck out for me, is Pep, whenever he speaks to the team, he's like telling them, guys, you are the best team in the world, right? The best team in the league. And that's kind of like a message that he keeps on like, echoing to the team the whole time. And Arteta's like hearing that. And you can see in Arsenal or Nothing, he's saying the same thing to the team, right? Like, you are better than this, you are a better team, aren't you guys play the best? And kind of like creating the belief that they are going to be or on the way to becoming one of the best teams in the league, man. I mean, that's like proper the belief that we see kind of building, the momentum that's building. And with players like Jesus coming in, that adds to the belief. This guy, Shevchenko, coming in, that adds to like this belief that we can become that team. So I promise you, his vision and his mission is to get us properly there, like competing, like against.
We are short a few players. Yeah, we are short a few players, and it's going to be interesting to. It's going to be interesting to look. It's the early days. Two wins out of 2 is brilliant, but the league, we all know how long the league is and the amount of games. It's like 50. It's like we count it all up. It's like 50 games. So it's all about getting in maybe another 2 more players, especially midfield and maybe a winger or maybe another striker. Because if something does happen, then we might just take again a couple of steps back. So we need maybe a couple of bodies in there, maybe a little bit of experience just to help when things go badly. You understand what I'm saying? But it's going to be interesting to see this team perform against a team like City away, a team like Anfield at Anfield, a team like Liverpool at Anfield. So it's going to be interesting to see the performance. That is what I want to see.
Yeah.
Now I'm very much impressed, but I want to see how we perform against the big boys. Then only there's been an improvement, no doubt about it. But we want to see
if you think back, that City game we played last season. I mean, watching it now, all or nothing. Like you forget, like how close we ran them. You forget somebody. What's his name? Gabriel got a red card.
We should have beaten them
in the last.
Definitely. We should have beat them. And Pep also said so. Yeah, we were the better team on the day.
Yeah, but that was at the Emirates.
We need to go to
one thing I would like to comment on now is the actual atmosphere at the Emirates, which has transformed recently. I don't know how much you saw of this from TV, but the clock end at the moment is absolutely pumping. There's a group of guys called the Ashburton Army. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of the Ashburton Army. And they have a section at the front of the clock ends now. I think they used to be at the back last season, a bit of a mishmash all over the place. But this season they're at the front of the clock end. And they are absolutely pumping. Like nearly all of the noise now starts from the Ashburton Army in the clock end, and it's transformed the atmosphere in the stadium. They've made an awesome job of it.
Now you can hear
always used to be the North Bank.
You can hear the difference,
at the start of the song, so you can hear the difference, can you? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound so much like a library anymore. It sounds like a stadium, like with a real atmosphere. And these guys are helping to get that all going. It's not like Spurs where it's like all the chance to pump through speakers to start with to get people going, from a recording or whatever. This is just like, a group of people. It's a natural thing. It's not organized by the club. It's organized just by the fans themselves with the help of the club. And I think, they've gone through the police and everything just to make sure that everything they're doing is above board. So, yeah, I think these guys should be heavily credited, really, and because they're making a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to picture a Cape Town Armoury section in the stadium dedicated for us to go and make a noise. Come on, Alex, can't you organize something for us?
Maybe.
You just heard the lad said we don't want violence here in the stadium. Please leave this alone.
Now we're gonna sing, Kenny Wolfie. We're gonna sing. My father sent me to buy a joke. Arsenal joke.
Okay,
We're gonna be drinking.
We're gonna move on now.
We're running out of time, and we still got a lot to go through. So let's
quiz time.
through the quiz. Yep.
Who got the anagram? Did anyone send one?
There's one person that got the anagram right in the chat.
There we saw
put it up here.
The graphics team is having a bit of a fit.
Wobble.
Is that Robert Perez?
It is
There you go.
indeed
Gareth.
Robert Perez.
Well done, Gareth.
That's right.
Well done.
Right. Question number 2. Arrange these players by youngest to oldest when making their debut for Arsenal.
Sure. I will go with Jack Sesk and what's his face?
Jermaine Pennant.
Jermaine.
I'll go with Fabregas, Jack Wilshere, and Pennant. The guys got a hat-trick. We sold him to Liverpool, I think.
Brandon?
I'll go with CBA.
CBA. Okay. I think Wolfie
ACB.
The answer is.
Yeah, that's ACB. ACB.
You got that one right.
Well done to Naseem in the chat. ACB is right.
Yeah,
Well
nice.
Cool.
Question number 3. In the 2021-22, for the first time in 6 seasons, Xhaka did not record the most touches for an Arsenal player in the season. A testimony to his changing role in the side. Arrange the following players, the top 3, in order of most to least touches.
Most
So you got
of these.
Gabriel,
BCA.
Ødegaard, and Ben White.
Yes.
Was that
I
you,
think
Wolfie?
I'm-
BCA? Yeah.
I'm going
We,
ACB.
ACB for Charlie.
Brandon?
BAC.
BAC for Brandon.
BCA for me. Those 2 centre backs, they were injured close to the end of the season, man. It's difficult. It's
Okay,
gotta be the guy.
there's a couple of BACs in the chat. Naseem, Warren, and Mark all BAC, and the answer is
AC.
Hey, that was me.
What?
Charlie got it right. Well done, Charlie.
Well done, man. That's close, man. Oh, 100. Yo, what the hell? 196. What's that? 196
Yeah.
passes more than Ben White.
Ben White.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well done, man.
I would
Don't
have
even
wanted
wanna-
the least.
Don't even want to do this question. We all
everybody knows this.
Come on, man.
Yeah, the sexiest also play either.
Just one quick Naseem.
Kiewitt.
Yes,
Kiewitt.
those are correct.
Martin Kiewitt.
Yeah. Too obvious, that one.
You know, this guy, what I don't understand about this guy, he was the most aggressive player, but on TV, the guy is so cool and calm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
intellectual.
he's a
Never
really
seen
nice
him
guy.
praise this guy.
Very nice guy. Yeah.
Wolfie,
Really
on
nice
TV,
guy.
Wolfie, when you're on TV, it's an act, bro. On the pitch, it's the real deal.
Okay.
Hey.
So question number 5. Born in County Durham towards the end of the Second World War, I made my Arsenal debut age 17 and put in 621 appearances for the club. Playing as a winger, I would help Arsenal win their first major European trophy in 1970 and their first double in 71. In 1990, I became the reserve team coach and remained in that position until my death in 2000. Who am I?
Shit. It can't be Peter Rice. I don't know. Still alive. Peter Rice still alive.
Any ideas, guys?
He's alive. But that is better eyes. Yeah, dude.
Here's a clue. It's not Pat Rice.
But us is still on the bench in Wenger days.
Who's the testing Rice?
Any ideas, guys? No, in the chat.
No?
Anyone?
Yeah,
We
no.
did say he was in nappy, so he's got no idea.
Charlie George. Yes, man, come on.
George
Jody
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Isn't
Oh,
it?
I said Charlie George.
Armstrong.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, not Charlie George. No,
No.
I don't think Charlie George was ever a coach, was he? I don't think so.
No.
No.
He does stadium tours at the moment, though. Charlie George, just
Oh, good
legends
guy. One of my
tours.
favorite
Oh.
players. Good guy.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Well,
looking at the week ahead, Saturday we've got everything highlighted in blue. I think, isn't it Saturday?
yeah. Yes.
Um,
all the top ones.
Spurs, Wolves, Everton, Forest, Leicester, Southampton, Fulham, Brentford, Palace, Villa. Pretty dull games actually on the Saturday. Bournemouth, Arsenal. Any potential? Well, actually, the Man United Liverpool game is going to be a juicy fixture, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. That's Monday night, eh?
Yeah, that is a Monday night. That's really weird because normally you would expect like the big fixture to be on a Sunday
evening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true, yeah.
exactly.
But
And guess what
It's
fixture that
ridiculous,
is
man.
this season? Newcastle, Man City at 4:30 on a Sunday afternoon.
It's a definite win.
Yeah, I would have put that on the Monday night and put Man United Liverpool on the Sunday. I mean, just
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to me. But
so Liverpool got 2 Monday games now in concession.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
tonight and
They
next week
game
Monday.
is-
yeah,
game
I
is
must say
sorted
these championship teams that came up there, they're actually competitive. There's a couple of surprises.
yeah.
I mean, Fulham drew against Liverpool. Forest
I
beat
think Liverpool-
West Ham.
I
It's got
don't know.
good
I
results.
watch Liverpool now. I don't know if you guys are gonna watch it. I'll watch the Liverpool game now. I got a sneaky suspicion they're gonna be different without Mane. Eh? I watched him against
They didn't
against
look great,
Fulham.
did they?
Yeah, they didn't. They dodged. I
No.
mean, Van Dijk is slow. Yeah, oh, jeez, I
Yeah.
didn't realize he's that slow. Now that I look at Saliba,
Guys,
look at Saliba.
Van Dijk is a pony. He's a pony. What are you talking about? The guy's slow, man.
I love the fact
Okay,
that
look what
he started following Saliba, hasn't he, on
Yeah.
Instagram? On Twitter, or was it Twitter? One of the two, I can't remember.
Good one, Brad. Good one, Brad. I love that.
Yeah, right. They do the boomish.
Yeah, Bomish on a Monday. So yeah.
Okay, that's a nice one.
Okay, Bournemouth, Arsenal.
Yeah.
We do pretty good against them. So yeah.
Yeah, man, we
tend
just
to
be
do
at it.
well.
Huh? No complacency. Go at it hard.
Yeah, just kill them off. That's what I say. Or try and kill them off. Get that early goal. And
2
and
early
just
goals.
coming up
Yeah.
from there, what you want to do, what we want to do is try and get them chasing the game, and it'll open them up more. And I think we should just start killing off teams this season rather than sitting on a 1 or 2 goal lead and then sitting back.
That's true.
I don't think it suits us. I think we should just
3-0 up and
punish
Yeah,
them
that's
like
it. Punish
Man
them.
City do. I mean, Man City
Yeah, they
absolutely
just kill you one time.
destroy
There's no way
teams.
coming back.
So,
Yeah.
Cool.
so predictions, guys. What we got?
Guys in the
Oh,
chat, you
Brendan.
can put your predictions in the chat.
Yeah, I can't remember, man. I think Naseem must help me. I think I filled in this already on the score predictor. I don't want to go against my original score. I don't know what it is.
Give me a second.
Please.
So
Yeah, I think I did score.
Three.
I'll stick with that same one, Naseem, if you don't mind.
yeah,
I
I'm
can't
just
remember what it
opening
was.
on my side.
Okay, thanks.
I'm trying to see if I can see it though.
I'm sure you can.
To be fair, and this is proof that I'm fair. I switched that setting off so I can't see anybody else.
Oh, okay.
So,
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm just gonna go just for the sake of the show then. I'm gonna go with a 3-0 Arsenal win.
Sure.
Ooh.
we're away. So yeah.
Loving the confidence. Love it.
3-0.
We're away.
One time. Like Morgan would say, go for the kill.
Yeah. Wolfie, what you said?
Look, I'm confident also. We are the away team, but I'm still gonna go for goals. 3-1. I'll go 3-1 to Arsenal. 3-1. Comfortable
Charlie?
3-1.
Yeah, I think we'll be tighter than that. So I'm going for 2-1 away win. So yeah. But yeah, we're very bullish here, yeah.
Naseem?
So I originally had my prediction in at 3-1. I'm going to change it to 4-1. I think.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
If this was last season, I'd say 1-0. or even a draw. But I
1-1.
think with Jesus and the way Martinelli is playing, and Saka hasn't come to the fold yet, so there's goals up front
Don't you
there.
think-
So
Don't you think that's because of Ben White playing
Uh,
right back, kind of not yet gelling with him? So he doesn't have the same whatever.
No, but he normally gets Charlie normally gets a lot of service from Odegaard, Saka. Odegaard normally swings the ball in his direction. So
Here's the best score. Here's the best score from Mark. 6-0.
Did you just
Yeah.
preempt? Did you
6-0.
just preempt my
Jeez.
2-0 there?
Alex, come on, man! It's a new season. At 2-0 must
I
disappear
didn't
now,
even
buddy.
say anything, man. But I
It's
think you might have
Arsenal.
predicted
The Gunners is fired. We fired up. We fired up. The supporters is all
Come
fired
on,
up.
guys, come on! Our defense is not that bad. Our defense is not that
We
bad.
fired up. We fired up.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
So now that we've done our predictions on here, feel free to make your own predictions at Arsenal Cape Town. Koza. How are we doing in predictions? What's the scores at the moment?
I think we've got the log. There we go.
There we go. So
So-
there's quite a few
so-
people there with 8 points.
So I have to correct my statement earlier on. I said nobody got the Leicester score correct. I was wrong. Allison got it correct. The only person that
Nice.
got the score correct was Allison. So
Is that
Well done.
Alison? Is that Alison Becker?
No. It's Ellison from Becker.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well
Well
done,
done,
Alison.
guys.
That's
Well
impressive.
done. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
It's a lot tighter this season. I mean, I think
Ah.
last year we had Colin that
Running away.
to
He
stay
ran
there.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, and then the banner day. So basically, Arsenal in the UK is looking to do a banner at the stadium with Arsenal fans' faces from around the world. So they obviously can't put everybody's face on there. So there's like a selection process, and it starts with Witten. So if you want to have your face on there, you can send a head and shoulder photo of yourself over to Witten with a motivation to say why you think your face should be up there. If you are under 18 though, there is some legal paper that needs to be signed to give consent to show your face on this banner, massive banner. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere outside the stadium, very big. So just either send Warren an email. His email is on the screen right now, or you can obviously reach out to him on Facebook.
That's awesome.
Only 2 days in
Smart
which to get
idea.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
2
a
days.
deadline in 2 days.
Smart.
Yeah, so if you're going to do
Awesome.
it quickly, guys.
Awesome.
Cool.
Cool.
And then the last piece of business I
Yes,
think, is the
so
last
what a bit of-
is
Graphics team has fallen asleep.
uh,
There we go. On this
go.
day.
on this day, Arsenal beat Everton. What's it? 2-1 goals by Thierry Henry, which was penalty, and Bobby Perez. And a red card to Sol Campbell. What was unique about this? It was the start of our invincible season.
Yeah.
What a day.
Awesome. And another thing I must mention, so the winner of the beanie last week, Ricardo, Warren reached out to him. He didn't get his beanie. So we're going to redo the draw, taking Ricardo's name out, unfortunately, because we don't want to have him picked again. And we're going to do the draw again. And then, if it's your name, if a name pops up, reach out to Warren to collect your beanie. Let me do this and do that. Okay, so this is all 83 people that's still there. And
The
let's see.
Wheel of Fortune.
It's shining on you.
Oh,
Marvin Peterson. Marvin,
Congratulations.
reach out.
Well,
if
Marvin.
anybody knows Marvin,
Well done, Marvin.
reach out to Warren to collect your Arsenal Cape Town beanie, and we can then take it from there.
Cool.
Guys,
That about wraps
that's
it up.
Yeah, we've got one question from Munib before we go, so we can close with this question. Who would you guys prefer to see, Smith Rowe over Martin Odegaard?
Me personally, no. I think Odegaard
no.
is captain now anyway, so I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
captain,
not gonna be.
question, is
Yeah,
it?
It's
not gonna
cemented
be
his
dropped
place in
easily
that first
anyway.
team, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get.
No way.
Smith Rowe will get games. I mean, he'll get
He will
games.
get a
now.
chance,
There's
yeah.
plenty of cup
Definitely.
competitions, isn't there? The Europa League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. He'll get opportunity to play. He'll come on as a substitute in some key fixtures as well. He's a good squad player. He just gets let down because of his injuries. He gets injured a lot. So if you're looking for someone reliable to play in all the fixtures, he's possibly not that guy. And he maybe realizes that as well.
He still has a part to play though. Season is long.
Absolutely.
No, definitely.
Cool. Right, guys. Thanks very much for coming on the show. Pleasure to see you all.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the comments,
See you
everyone,
guys.
as well. And we shall see you all again next week. Have a good week,
No
guys.
problem. Cheers, guys.
Brad, just to say, yes, we have this every Monday at 8 p.m. South African Standard Time. Cool. See you guys next week.
Coolio.
Thanks a
Cheers,
lot.
man.
Cheers, guys.
All right, guys. Cheers. All the best.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheerio.
All right.